On their way to the classroom, Ernest and her friends come across a cute little robot. They decide to bring it to Blade. However, as soon as Blade sees the robot, he immediately attacks and destroys it. Well, the robot was actually a guardian of the Royal Library of Banned Books, located beneath the Academy. In the midst of the chaos, the destroyed robot manages to scan Ernest's body. The next day, the robot returned, this time in the form of a girl. She had changed her appearance in an attempt to gain the upper hand. She was determined to eradicate Blade. During their conversation, she suddenly launched an attack on Blade, but he once again used Dragon Eater to destroy her. After a while, Iona reappears. Blade tries to destroy her once again, but Ernest intervenes and stops him. Claire then suggests that they come up with a plan to defeat Blade. Iona is determined to defeat Blade because he has destroyed her nearly 28 times. This happened while he was searching for information about Asmodeus at the Royal Library. Guardians, like Iona, keep their souls in a separate location, so even if their bodies are destroyed, they do not die. To help Iona, Claire and her friends come up with a plan to defeat Blade. They propose making Iona destructible by cutting off her connection with the mother computer. This means that if Blade destroys her, she will cease to exist permanently. Well, Blade has been destroying her ruthlessly because she is indestructible. With the plan in place, Iona challenges Blade to a fight. Before the fight begins, she explains to Blade that if he destroys her, she will cease to exist permanently. As you can imagine, Blade is taken aback by this sudden turn of events, and Blade begins. Iona immediately launches a series of attacks on Blade. After learning that Iona will cease to exist if he destroys her, Blade is left with no choice but to defend himself. Blade attempts to strike back at Iona, but restrains himself. Iona continues her assault on Blade with multiple attacks. Eventually, Blade surrenders and Iona emerges victorious. After some time, Iona informs Blade and his friends that despite re-establishing the connection, the mother computer refuses to acknowledge it. As a result, Iona will soon self-destruct. In order to stop the self-destruction countdown, she needs a master. Initially hesitant, Blade eventually agrees to become her master. Iona even becomes Blade's personal maid. But even then, the countdown doesn't stop. As the countdown reaches its end, everyone is filled with sadness. However, when the countdown ends, Iona surprisingly doesn't self-destruct. It is later revealed that Blade had begged the mother computer to accept the connection. Overwhelmed with gratitude, Iona tightly hugs Blade.